This is the Happy Hour Network.
Pay attention, son. This is for your own good.
Audible is offering our listeners a free audiobook of your choice and a free 30-day trial membership. Just go to audibletrial.com/late night parents and choose from over 180,000 audio programs. Download a title free and start listening. It's that easy. Go to audibletrial.com/late night parents. That's audibletrial.com/late night parents and get started today. Why Audible? Audible content includes more than 180,000 audio programs from the leading audiobook publishers, broadcasters, entertainers, magazine and newspaper publishers, and business information providers. That's audibletrials.com/late night parents.
Ladies and gentlemen worldwide, we're back. This is Ted Hicks, Late Night Parent Radio. You can catch me on Twitter at Real Ted Hicks. You can catch us also under the Late Night Parent Twitter handle. Catch us on Facebook.com/Late Night Parents, and you can go to the portal, which is LateNightParents.com. Happy to be here once again. Tonight's show is called Karma. Pretty interesting title. For no reason is it associated with our guest tonight. And those two guests are Amanda Meer from the PTBoard. She's going to talk about how schools are building a better community. And that's at 5 minutes past the hour. 30 minutes past the hour, we have CEO and professor Dr. Bob Roohparvar. He's going to talk about the exciting disposable battery extension technology he's developed. Before we get into anything, as we always do, we have to thank our radio partners near and far. They support the show, whether it's, retweeting the blogs that are available on latenightparents.com or playing the podcast. So we like to say thank you. Thank our friends at UNIR1 Radio, Life Improvement Radio, I-95 Sports Network, Radio Network, Real Fan Sports Network. I would be remiss if I forgot our good friends at NGSC Sports as they power us on the iHeartRadio app. And just in case you didn't think we had that reach worldwide, you can catch us in Canada, IPVid Radio. You can also catch us at XRP Radio in the UK, streaming us 4 times a week. A lot has gone on since our last show, a lot of good things. We'll get into that, I guess, during the third segment. I hope everyone's been having a good week. The weather's starting to heat up here in New York and on Long Island. Starting to heat up next couple of days. It's going to be around up to, East Coast. We're talking about close to 90 degrees. So, people have to get their minds right for that weather and everything that's going to, come about, whether it's trains, not arriving on time or anything else like that. But without further ado, we, every week we talk about the latest, and we talk about the latest, and we talk with the game changers about technology, parenting, education, and, from time to time we have a section on the product review or two. So with that being said, we're going to wait for Amanda Meer, but we're going to talk briefly about the $20 smartphone. Guess by who? none other than Microsoft. I mean, because nowadays everyone is so caught up in these two, in kind of either in 1 or 18-month or 2-year contracts, or you got the different, edge programs that are going on. But Microsoft is put together the $20 smartphone, the Nokia 105 phone. It's an entry-level smartphone. It's a 2G based Nokia 105. It features a 1.25 inch colored screen. It can store up to 2,000 contacts, offers FM radio, and promises 35 days of standby time, which is unbelievable because nowadays you can't get a full day's work day with your iPhone or your Android phone. So available on Late Night Parents is the Nokia 105. It's out. You can go pick it up, whether you pick up the original 105 or the 105 dual SIM. That's going to be slightly more, but it's all about in the next couple of weeks we're going to be working with various providers that won't be offering contracts. It's kind of like for all the folks that are cord cutters that no longer want their cable package. We've given you the tips and tricks on how to get around some things, what packages to buy, some ways to save some money. Once again, the $20 smartphone by Microsoft, the Nokia 105, the blog is available on Late Night Parents. But without further ado, I believe our first guest is in the queue, Ms. Amanda Meer. She's going to discuss the PTBoard platform and how schools are building a better community. It's allowing you to save time, effort, and make money while you build that better community, helping your schools get organized, sharing and communicating easily with everything you need in one place. Amanda, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you, Ted?
Pretty good. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. Really, really appreciate it. I know I guess between both of our schedules, it became a little dicey a couple of weeks ago, so my apologies on the scheduling snafu.
No problem. Happy to be on the show tonight. I'm glad it worked out for tonight.
Yes, it did, and I hope you enjoyed your vacation.
Yes, Outer Banks was lovely. Yes, we had a great time.
Okay, wonderful. So we'll get down to business. So when you say PTBoard, or when you say a productivity tool that allows parents and teachers to communicate, I kind of think of like a School Reach type application or a Blackboard Connect application used for messaging and communications for let's say if there's a snow emergency or there's a message that just needs to get through to the parents. But tell us some of the benefits and the inception of the PTBoard.
Well, there is that great technology to get, emergency messages out to the school community, definitely. And there are programs that schools use for internal communication and grading and things like that. But we found is that with PTO and PTA communication, a lot of times, the administrators are relying on sending various emails, making phone calls, sending home flyers with kids and requesting, that checks and forms be sent back in with the children to their classrooms. And all of these various forms of communication inevitably are time-consuming, confusing sometimes for parents who are receiving the communication and for PTAs and PTOs. So, the creators of PTBoard have technology backgrounds, and they're parents themselves and are involved in PTA and PTO, and they thought, parents who want to volunteer in the schools really deserve the technology that we know exists to handle all this communication, to streamline things for parents who want to be as involved as possible in their children's education. And, if the communication is streamlined, if parents can easily find out what's going on in the schools and where they can help, they can spend the little time, free time that they have actually volunteering and not just trying to find the information. So that's how PTBoard, came about. And really, it's a site where all, PTA or PTO, school communication can be found in one place. So all the information on this one site. The site is really easy to use. So you don't need to be a technology expert to use the site to get all the information. You also don't need to be a technology expert to get your school up and running. If you're a PTA or PTO administrator, the idea behind PTBoard is that, the creators did all the hard stuff. So it's really easy to get your school going on the site. It is available 24/7 to parents and administrators who are using the site, and it can be viewed on mobile devices too. So parents can be getting school information on their smartphones, on their tablets, on their computers. It's just a great tool for schools.
That's excellent, because I got to tell you, I am one of the parents that, let's say Wednesday is our day to receive any type of physical flyers or mailings or communications that tend to go home. And that was from the previous years when it would come home any day of the week. So you're sitting there, like my wife is always the one who's always looking into the folder to see, okay, this needs to go back, this needs to be signed. The fact that what you offering a portal, which is basically a portal that you can log in and everything is right there. I mean, unbelievable. You
don't have to go rifle through the school bag and through the forms that came home for the past few weeks or stored in a basket in the kitchen, right? Yeah.
We all live that life, don't we?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because there are so many awesome activities going on in the school, but, so many deadlines also and forms that need to be completed and library books and field trip forms, and it just can get overwhelming. And so to have one place to go for all of the information, PTBoard has a calendar, so you can see all of the upcoming school events listed in one place. You can easily create all forms that need to be completed on the site, and then as a parent, you can just go in, fill out the form, and submit it. No paper copies needed. You don't have to send it in with your child. It's just directly submitted to the school. Even forms that require payment. So you want to buy, a spiritware sale. You want to buy a T-shirt for your child for field day. You can go in, choose the size, pay directly through PTBoard, and it's all done, no paperless. So just saves so much time on both ends, from the parents and also for.
So tell me this much: are there any plans to include, let's say, like a grading piece along with this, so that I guess maybe my question is, Amanda, tell us what's going to happen with PTBoard in the next 18 months.
Okay,
what are what are some of those plans?
Sure. So right now, we are not in the realm of grading. Most school districts currently have a system that they're using for grading that might be, down the pike. Right now, how we're really saving time in the classroom in the schools is, teachers can use PTBoard to communicate with their specific class. So parents, are able to go into PTBoard, enter their contact information, and it can then appear in an online directory through PTBoard if they'd like, so they can search, other students in the school, find, information if they want to schedule a play date, that sort of thing, update their own contact information if they move within the neighborhood. But then teachers are also able to, send emails out to the parents of just their specific class with updates, this exam was moved to a different day, or please, send your child in sneakers tomorrow, we'll be going on a nature walk, that sort of thing. They can also post homework assignments. Parents can have discussions about things going on in the school and in the classroom on PTBoard. A great extension of the use inside the classroom is that teachers can also create a sign-up for parent-teacher conferences, for example. So instead of, sending a note home and here's your slot for parent-teacher conference, does that work for you, yes or no, they can create a sign-up directly on PTBoard. Parents can go and sign up for their slot, that works for them, get a reminder of their parent-teacher conference. So that is an awesome use, in the school. Something new that is coming on the horizon is we're working on many junior highs and high schools have various clubs within the school that have their own fundraising efforts. and therefore they have their own treasurers and accounts. And so soon you'll be able to run various fundraisers within the same school, and the proceeds will be able to be directed to, the Odyssey of the Mind Club or the field hockey team, wherever you need those to go. So that's an integration we're working on with PayPal right now. We currently use PayPal for our processing payments on PTBoard, so that's really exciting. And I think, we're really responsive to different PTAs and PTOs who are using PTBoard have said, gosh, I wish you guys did this, or I wish you did that. And so we've really been able to sort of develop new features as we go along and see what the needs are in the school.
That is really awesome. I mean, I have the biggest smile on my face because this is your all-in-one tool. This is your one-stop shop right here. So one question I do have, so the message, so I kind of think about Blackboard Learn when, I can be the professor and I can send a message or email out to the class. Does it allow you one-to-one interaction with a specific parent, or it's just kind of like all or nothing right now?
Yes, you can also. We have a messaging tool, which is actually pretty new as well. And so a teacher, a room parent, a PTA, a volunteer who's coordinating event can also directly message anyone in the directory through PTBoard, which is awesome. So we have that feature as well. Instead of, searching for someone's email, cutting and pasting into a different account, you can send messages directly through PTBoard, and then that individual, when they log into PTBoard, will see that instantly that they have a message waiting for them.
Amanda, this is really awesome. I mean, so tell me this much. Since its inception, how long has it been in production, this tool? How long has it, been active and been live?
So, it was years ago. The creators of the site have daughters in public and private schools, and so they recognized this need years ago, and the site was developed and has gone through testing, and they were running it by other parents to get feedback. And so it's been live about a year. We've had many interested PTAs and PTOs since it's been up and live, but it was years and years in the making, and the need for it was recognized quite a while ago.
Oh my goodness! So I guess one of my final questions for you is, so how do we get the word out? Because a tool like this is going to totally save trees. It's going to save parents, running around in the evening, looking, like you said, rustling through school books and backpacks looking for notes. How do we get the word out to the parents about this, or what has been the promotions on your side or with your team, the marketing and communications about getting this tool out to everyone?
The response that we usually receive when we're demoing the site on webinars, or if we've been to various PTA and PTO trade shows, the response we usually receive, when we run through the site a couple minutes with someone who stops by, it's why don't we have this already? Why didn't someone think of this earlier? Why aren't we using this? And so anyone who is interested, visit PTBoard.com, and there's a demo school, so you can click there and see what the site looks like with this, imaginary school that we made up for the demo site. But all the different features are there. There's a great introductory video on PTBoard.com that will sort of run through. If you're talking about our site with others and trying to explain it, there's a really fun cartoon video there that will explain exactly what we do and how we really save time and boost fundraising for PTAs and PTOs. We are happy to schedule, individual webinars with any schools who are interested. We can do it virtually or visit a PTA or PTO meeting that's going on in the school and really show how our site can streamline communication at your specific school. But anyone who's interested, really visit PTBoard.com. You'll get a lot of information there. You can email info@PTBoard.com, or my specific email address is amanda.meer@PTBoard.com. Happy to answer any questions. I know we've run into many schools at the trade shows that we've been to recently, and so definitely hope to continue to get the word out and, help as many schools as possible, save a lot of time and get more parents involved efficiently in the schools.
Amanda, thank you so much, and I want to give you a one-time round of applause. Thanks so much. We will definitely be in touch. And thank you. Also, make sure you give a thank you out to Erica for doing all that she did to make this happen.
Will do. Thanks so much.
All right. Thanks again. All right. Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye.
That was Amanda Mears from the PTBoard, and it's the platform on how schools are building a better community. I mean, this is your one-stop shop tool right here for, primarily for PTO or PTA, but in regards to school directories, fundraisers, school announcements, sign-up sheets, to share documents, photos, and discussions, calendars, emergency notifications. I mean, all in one location. So just imagine if you have your Yahoo portal or your Google portal when you log in with your email address and you have everything there. That's something that's a game changer right there. So we're really happy to have Amanda and the team at PTBoard visit Late Night Parents. So before our next guest shows up, I wanted to really talk briefly about the vanilla gift card. We were, the folks at the vanilla gift card reached out to us to talk about that product. As always, given a full disclosure, they provided us a $50 prepaid card. And I tell you, it's the ideal gift for the graduation season or, coming up. We now have Father's Day coming up or, just that quick type of gift that the associated fees weren't active or enabled. But we have some tips on using your vanilla gift card because nowadays everyone, whether they're a preteen or a teen, they're looking for some type of ATM card or debit card. But what we notice is, teenagers or preteens tend to be a little careless with their whether it's their mobile devices or their keys, and the same thing would ring true for ATM cards. So the alternate option is the vanilla gift card, which is a prepaid card. And here's some brief tips on your vanilla gift card. And it basically says that more people choose the vanilla gift card over any other prepaid card on the market because they're safe, secure, reliable, and easy to use. With these helpful tips, you can begin enjoying all the benefits of your vanilla gift card has to offer. It's about knowing your balance. Merchants can't determine the balance of your card. So if you try to purchase an item of greater value than your card may be declined. It's always about paying at the register at the time of purchase. You give your card to the cashier, you sign the receipt, you push credit on the keypad. If you wish to use your card for a debit transaction, you will need to select a PIN of your choice for the card. No cash access. Your card does not have ATM access, and you may not use your card to get cash back at the point of sale. So everything all the funds are electronically associated with that specific card, that specific one card. Keeping your receipts. It's recommended that you keep all your receipts of purchases made with your card. Splitting transactions. If you need to make a purchase that is greater than the amount on your card, most retailers will allow you to use a second payment method, cash, check, or credit card, or debit card for the difference. Not all merchants accept split transactions, but most of them do. Paying at the pump. Most gas stations require you to enter a zip code to pay at the pump. So make sure you register your zip code in the My Card section. When paying at the pump, most gas stations will put a $125 hold on your card to ensure you have sufficient funds. So make sure you always know your balance. Most importantly is shopping online. When shopping online, you'll need to know your you'll need to enter your zip code to complete a purchase with using your vanilla gift card. Make sure you register your zip code in the My Card section. Dining out. And some restaurants do not have the technology to determine the balance on the card. Therefore, they may put a hold on your card equal to the amount of your meal plus 20% or more in anticipation of you leaving a tip. So make sure you know your balance. The vanilla gift cards are not only safer than carrying cash, but they protect against fraud and identity theft, and that they are not connected to a bank account. So if the card is lost, stolen, simply call and report the issue, and a replacement card will be sent with the amount that remained on the card while at the time it was lost. That is the vanilla gift card and some tips for using it. As I mentioned before, good folks here at Late Night Parents are appreciative of the vanilla, of the folks at the vanilla gift card and reaching out to us. Our next guest is almost in the queue. We'll talk real quickly about what's going to happen July 29th. I think as of last Tuesday, not Tuesday the 9th, but I believe it's Tuesday the 2nd, June 2nd, what happened? Real quickly is if these are for PC only. Any PC, Windows PC, that's Windows 7 or 8.x, whether you had Windows 8 or 8.1, the NAG campaign has started officially. So Microsoft, they triggered their Windows 10 NAG campaign on all Windows 7 and 8X devices. Now, when I say devices, you sit here and you think, oh, it's just your desktop or your PC at your home. Any device, laptop, tablet, Windows Phone, all the above. The NAG campaign has started in an effort to convince customers that are running Windows 7 and Windows 8.1 to upgrade to the new operating system. It began last week, and you're going to start to see all different types of ads on your screens. I mean, we confirmed it last week. Yes, we received a computer that wasn't connected to like a corporate domain, that we are now receiving the push. So just understand, if you have any version of Windows 7, any version of Windows 8, whether it's Pro for students, Ultimate, Professional, Home Premium, or Home Basic, you're going to receive starting July 29th, you can receive the push to have that upgrade. And it's a free upgrade for everyone. For 1 year, we have Microsoft is giving you the opportunity to receive this push. And I think it's a good thing because Apple has started something that it's offering free upgrades. It's no longer asking you or kind of shaking you down for money. I remember when, to get an operating system upgrade, it was like $99. And then I think Apple, at one of their worldwide developer conferences, dropped the price to $19. And then I think 2 years ago, they made it free. So they set the bar. So that's important to know. But for those folks that are connected at work, that log into some type of work domain computer, whatever the name of your organization is, if you're logging into it, then you're going to be fine. You won't receive that automatic push. So we had this article on Late Night Parents. It was released June 1st about the Windows NAG campaign. Something, it's really something to keep your eyes on. So with that, what we'll get ready, we'll get prepped for our resident CEO and Dr. Bob Roohparvar is getting ready to join us. Dr. Bob, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you, sir?
Pretty good. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. I know there was a little bit of back and forth between us and PR, so thank you for the flexibility in your schedule for joining us tonight.
Absolutely. It's my pleasure.
Thank you. So tell us about the new battery life extender technology. I mean, usually when I get a battery or my kids run through the batteries, whether it's a video game or, a game controller, it gets to a point where, hey, they run through the battery, the controller starts to, I guess, get a little sluggish, and then we take those batteries and we toss them. But after speaking with you, I think there's going to be a new solution that's coming out. So tell us about the inception of your product.
I guess there's a saying there's life after death. I think in this case there's for sure there's going to be life after death, and we can resurrect those batteries. And it is not that we are really resurrecting it. There's tremendous amount of energy still left in the battery as being tossed away. And we just go and harness those energy, and we're saying that consumers should not throw those batteries away because they still have energy. If you have a toothpaste, you buy brand new toothpaste, you squeeze it from the top at the beginning 6 times. The 7th time you squeeze, nothing comes out of it. You don't throw it away. You don't throw it in the garbage can because you can see there's still plenty of toothpaste left in it. With battery, your device stops working, and you put it in a test, a battery tester. It shows red. It says toss it, and you throw it away, not knowing there's up to 80% energy still left in it. So we're harnessing those energy, and we're just squeezing just all the juice out of the battery, so that way you can extend the life of the battery. It saves consumer tremendous amount of money. We are shaking up a $15 billion industry, and I'm sure you're aware that every year 15 billion batteries are consumed and thrown in the landfill. If you stack these batteries right next to each other, you can wrap around the earth almost 19 times. That's what ends up in the landfill. Toxic material. Consumers spending multi-billion, $15 billion a year on these batteries, and the energy to produce and manufacture these batteries and transport them around the world, it's not good for the environment because the equivalent energy would light up all the neon lights of the city of Las Vegas for 75 years. It puts down 1.2 million tons of CO2 every year that you're trying to manufacture these things. So it is not good for environment. It's not good for people's pocket. And we thought this would be a great gift to everybody that they can save money. And by the way, this batterizer will suck the energy out of your battery, and then you can replace the battery. Don't throw your batterizer away because you can reuse it. This is a reusable sleeve that you can use it as many as battery if you're careful. Maybe you can use it even 20, 30, 40 times.
Dr. Bob, it says here, I'm reading a note from my spec sheet. More than 78 million U.S. homes use on average 28 battery-operated devices per household, including remotes, game controllers, toys, portable radios, and small appliances. I kind of feel that in my household alone, we have 78 million portable devices that use batteries. At the rate that the kids come to me, I mean, you name it, I'm sitting here buying AA and AAA, kind of stocking it up. And I'm sitting here like, oh, my goodness, this stuff, and I'm kind of stuck because I think about the amount of time I get to use my wireless remote. I mean, my wireless mouse. And when the battery runs out, I'm like, that's it? It's over? There's nothing else I can do with this? And it's I think it's a really great thing what you're doing.
I really appreciate the encouraging word, and as I mentioned, there are in U.S. alone. You're right. There are 78 million households. On the average, about 5.4 billion battery-operated devices exist around the world, and And this is a growing market, by the way. Our value proposition is that we extend the life of the battery. We enhance the user experience, because if you're sitting and using your remote and it's working sporadically, and you don't have to get closer and closer to TV for it to work. If you have a toy and you put it in choo-choo train, and choo-choo train doesn't start getting slowed down to the point that you throw the battery away, or if you put it in your flashlight, for example, the light doesn't get dimmer and dimmer, and then you have a constant bright light. So it does enhance the user experience because the device will perform much, much nicer, and it's environmental friendly as well. I mean, we just talked about the environmental friendly aspect of it as well. So people will save money. It's convenient because you don't have to make as many trips to your grocery store or your favorite store to pick up more batteries. And it's also convenient in terms of not getting and polluting the air by driving to the store, because you just want to pick up some more batteries.
So let's talk more about the semiconductor thing. And
hello? I think.
Did I lose you?
We're having a tough time hearing you. Do you want me to dial back in?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes. Can you hear me now?
No, you're coming back really, really bad.
Oh, okay.
Let me call you back. Do you want?
Okay, Dr. Bob just dropped off for a second. I guess it's my usual. There's a certain part in the show that I'm on with my MacBook where the connection at sometimes can become, I don't know, kind of questionable. Dr. Bob,
hello?
Can you hear me?
Oh, I can hear you very nicely now, loud and clear.
Oh, okay. Okay, very good. So I wanted you to tell us about the device itself.
The device itself is intelligent voltage management device, which basically it's a power delivery mechanism that it extracts all the energy out of your battery. It's made of a micro-thin stainless steel that gives less than 0.1 millimeter, which is extremely thin, to the thickness of the battery. It slips over your battery, and it fits neatly inside the battery compartment. So you can just put the sleeve over the battery and stick the battery with the sleeve inside the compartment. And this is the one that it boosts the voltage from whatever the voltage happened to be. If the battery voltage drops to 1.3, it will bring it back up to 1.5. It drops to 1 volt, it's still boosted to 1.5. It goes to 0.8 volts, it will boost it to 1.5, and that's long before around 1.3 volts your battery are declared dead in most applications. So this will go ahead and continue operation till 0.5. Our IC power management device will work all the way to 0.5. And it's a patent pending technology. We have talked to the patent office. They assured us that we will be getting our patent within the next few months, so we're looking forward to it. The result is that we typically, can extend the life of the battery. Again, it depends if you happen to be in a very, very cold environment. The number could be higher. But if you happen to be in a hotter place, if you're using different types of batteries, different brand, all those will have different effect on the life extension. But somebody was telling me that battery companies are going to be upset. I said, well, I'm going to have millions and millions of people around the world to be happy, and that's what we're trying to do.
Oh, I definitely understand. The battery companies, Duracell and Energizer, I'm telling you, they're going to have your picture up there on the company dartboard.
There are friends that they don't walk next to me as we walk in the street, or because they think I'm a liability now, because they said, if a bullet comes, they don't want to be near me. I'm just joking.
Oh, definitely not. Oh, my goodness. Dr. Bob, tell us some other, is there, I believe, are there any other inventions that you're currently working on, or is this the,
this is the latest.
This is your latest, like, kind of, okay.
Yeah, this is the latest baby that we're working. My brother, Frankie Roohparvar, he is an inventor of the batterizer himself, and I'm his partner. He has over 500 patents under his belt. So I don't talk about me having a numerous number of patents in 10s and 20s and 30s. When he's having 500, I told him that he needs to get into the Guinness Book of Record. He was the CEO of a company called Sky Air that was successfully sold to Western Digital, and he was also one of the founder of a company called Micron Quantum, that they came up with non-volatile flash memory. Consequently, Micron Technology, the biggest DRAM company in the world, acquired them, and so he became an executive in Micron, worked for them for 19 years, and as you know, almost half of the revenue of Micron is coming from the NAND flash that was designed and created by my brother Frankie. So he's a co-founder and chairman of the board.
Oh my goodness, fantastic story, Dr. Bob. We want to say, well, I guess my last question is, if I wanted to know more details and more data, do you have that online anywhere for anyone to further educate themselves?
Absolutely. We have we're trying to post as much information as possible on our website. We're going to launch an Indiegogo campaign, which is a crowdfunding site, by June 22nd. And there's going to be a lot of information. We have, for example, we have made a video showing an Apple wireless keyboard having the 2-use battery in it, showing about 12%, 13% energy left in it. And then in one continuous shot, we'll go and put the batterizer with the same old batteries and put it in there, and the fuel gauge and on Mac Airbook, it shows that it has 100%. So it is amazing that this technology, it can extract all the energy that is being untapped and make it available to the device, so you don't have to go and buy battery all the time.
I tell you, if there's the next specific project you can work on, is how to extend the battery life of my mobile phone.
That is for sure. That is something that we are targeting to work on as soon as the low-hanging fruit is to go after this 15 billion batteries that are sold every year. That would be a tremendous saving to the environment. At least the rechargeable battery, they're not finding their ways to the landfill as quickly as these disposable batteries. So we thought that we should just go and focus on that. And yes, we have a lot of great ideas on rechargeable batteries as well.
Dr. Bob, I want to thank you so much.
You got to stay tuned.
Okay. Dr. Bob, I want to thank you so much. I want to give you a round of applause.
Thank you so much.
Dr. Bob Roohparvar, we want to definitely have you come back here because just from this discussion alone, we know you're going to be working on the next greatest, invention out there, and we want to stay close to you. So thanks so much for joining us.
It's been my pleasure. Thank you very much. God bless you. Bye-bye.
And that was our resident CEO, Dr. Bob Roohparvar, talking about the exciting disposable battery extension technology. Me personally tonight, I feel smart already, or smarter, if that's even possible. Right now I'm the smartest one in the room. I mean, yeah, I understand I'm the only one in the room right now, but I guess really quick, news and notes section, want to talk about on Twitter this week, I posted something, and I said fact. And it said, do you know that 91% of teachers use their own money to help support students in need? 91% of teachers have purchased school supplies for students. 54% of teachers have provided meals to feed students. 52% of teachers have assisted students through a crisis. 49% of teachers have helped students get new clothing or shoes. And it's all about communities and schools. It's about how they change the picture of education. And it's by providing support to teachers and students and enabling the teachers to teach and the students to learn. Our good friends at Communities and Schools. Something happened on Tuesday. It's called the Worldwide Developer Conference, held out there in California. And it's where Apple kind of struts out there. Because I think 2 weeks ago, Google strutted out there, and I don't think Microsoft ever did that. You know, well, they used to do it many, many years ago. But Apple strutted on out there to talk about all the new products from the, OS X 11, iOS 9, the Watch OS. But the one thing that everyone was kind of waiting for was Apple Music. Before we even get into the Apple Music and what Apple Music Family Plan means for the web and for you. I mean, we got to take a broad look at music services because that's an untapped market. It's kind of like when we were looking at streaming TV, and we focused and talked about streaming TV with Michael Obianco, let's say about a month ago. We're going to do a detailed discussion with him on the future of TV. Before, I think we did maybe a 30-minute segment. We're going to do a 60-minute segment and totally drill down into it to see where we are, where you, the consumer, can save money. I think we looked briefly and we said, hey, you could take your, you get your own cable box, your own cable modem, just certain solutions. And I think people are calling already for Dr. Bob's solution. Guys, I'm on the show right now. I can't answer the phone and be live on the show, okay? But we're going to talk about the music services. The music services, basically, that are out there today. And there's 5 people that are out there, or 5 companies. But, Apple has pushed their way, and those 5 companies are Amazon Prime Music, Google Play Music, Spotify, Apple Music, and then Jay-Z's Tidal. I mean, so real briefly, we'll look. The prices are, for the most part, for a single user, single loan, install, one login, will equal out to $9.99 for that one person. Apple has opened it up for $14.99 for the family use, for a family account. I think it's a family up to 6. But, Spotify and Google are right about that same price point of $9.99. Amazon Prime Music, because it's all part of the Prime subscription, is, your $99 per year of what you're paying for. So, and then we get the Tidal, which is anywhere between the $9.99 and $19.99 price point for HD audio. So high fidelity audio. Who offers a free trial? For the most part, everyone, Spotify, Google Play, Tidal, and Amazon offer a 30-day free trial. The folks at Apple are giving you a 3-month free tier. The one thing I noticed within the last 90 days, that free tier no longer exists. Like, we don't know what happens. Because at one point, you didn't have to pay for music, and now, snap of a finger, you do have to pay for music. So it's free. If it's free, it's not available. Spotify offers are free, but it's ad-supported. It's unlimited on the desktop, shuffle play with 6 skips per hour on the mobile device. As we get to it, the family plan. Family plans are $14.99 for up to 6 users for Apple. And Tidal, Google Play, and Amazon say no thank you, but they allow you to install it on multiple devices, anywhere between 3 to 10. Spotify will give you 50% on an extra account, so basically for them, $14.99 for 2, $29.99 for 5 people, and that's per month. Max streaming quality. Most of these folks, Apple is only going 256K, Spotify, Tidal, and Google Play are doing up to 320K. Amazon Prime is doing 256K. Bonuses. And the bonuses are pretty much similar. Whether they're basically all bundled in. Some of them are bundled in with whether you purchase headphones or if you purchase, third-party apps that will allow you to, access to their service. So, pretty good to see what music services are out there. Apple definitely shook a few things up this past week. Really interesting. It's too early to tell. Because I just love when everyone says they're for the indie artist. And I can speak to this because I consider myself an indie artist. No, I'm not a musician, but I have, an independent show. I'm not signed with a major company. So, like everyone else, we're all indie. And let's see, we know that I think it's Snapchat and or Spotify are doing something for podcasting. So, as I said before, it's early. Let's see how this stuff plays out. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll come right back.
Audible is offering our listeners a free audiobook of your choice and a free 30-day trial membership. Just go to audibletrial.com/late-night-parents and choose from over 180,000 audio programs. Download a title free and start listening. It's that easy. Go to audibletrial.com/late-night-parents. That's audibletrial.com/late-night-parents and get started today. Why Audible? Audible content includes more than 180,000 audio programs from the leading audiobook publishers, broadcasters, entertainers, magazine and newspaper publishers, and business information providers. That's audibletrials.com/late-night-parents.
Thanks to good folks at Audible. Next week, we've been invited, Late Night Parents has been invited to get together for the annual AT&T technology get-together at a specific location, which I cannot name. What else? What else is going on? I think Inside Out, Walt Disney movie. We're going to be also there next week. And Real Cloud, Real Times, Real Audio has invited us to an event that's going to be happening, I think, in about 2 weeks. Another New York City location. We're going to be out there supporting that effort and, schmoozing with the folks all over. What else before we close out? I want to thank, first and foremost, of all the folks that support us. I want to thank the Happy Hour Network that's our home. That's our home base because they do matter. Thanks to Lee and Todd and the CEO team, the tandem. It used to be the Tennessee tandem, but now Tennessee and MIA, Tennessee and Miami. I want to thank those guys. I want to thank the label mates that are also on this network. If I forget anyone, because the team continues to expand, I want to thank, first and foremost, the Baseball, Beer, and Barbecue crew, Todd and Lee. We're doing something special called Playlist. A lot of people are jumping on this, folks. It comes out every Sunday, 10 a.m., streaming. The Playlist, which features whether it's a personality or a contributor to this specific network, and they provide their top 5 or their top 10 or someone that's moved, a specific artist that has moved them, and they talk about the reason why and behind it. This week we are having Doug Finesse. He's going to be releasing his mixtape, the Finesse Mixtape Volume 1. Mondays we have the Poydras Street Football and Social Club. They always come through. Sports District Radio with Ryan Neiman. Mad Scientist Sports Lab. NBA Full Court Press. The Filthy Dish. Late Night Parents. Earnestly Speaking Podcast. Earnestly Speaking Radio Show. There's the podcast versus the radio show. I don't know. I'm still kind of confused, but listen to both of them because both shows are great. Rain and Freshly. Like I said, he's our Hulk. He kind of just gets things together in his comedy podcast. Guys, there's just so many shows. Rob Steele's show, The Fwat Show, that are just coming online. Newest in the queue is Talk Back with Sharona. Sharona is going to be re-airing her show, syndicating her show. She has a 2-hour, twice-a-week talk show. She will be re-airing on the Happy Hour Network. Happy for that. Yellow Card Podcast. Great show. Another great show. So many contributors to the Happy Hour Network. Want to thank all of them. Joel Schaefer. We got, of course, previously it would have been Sharona, Rosalind Ross. It's like the names just really don't stop. Really happy with where we're going with the show and how we're moving things. So with that, I want to say, folks, next week, I think we're going to have our show on a Tuesday night, and we're going to be talking about marriage and a healthy marriage. Is the open marriage or the open relationship the new healthy marriage? We're going to be talking about that next week. Going to shake it up. I'll make sure not to say that too loud around Mrs. Hicks because she probably bopped me upside my head. But along with that, we're about to close out of here. We want to thank you for everything. We love you. Thank our guests, Amanda Meer from PTBoard, CEO, Professor Dr. Bob Roohparvar, talking about disposable battery extension technology. We had our news and notes section, and we're going to close out with Back in Black. Thank you so much. We love you, and we'll catch you next week.